Is Nirvana Shatakam, in the Nirvana Shatakam, throughout the whole song is like, I am not this, I am not that. Is this the kind of thing that is needed by a person who is very, very near enlightenment?
Why you said it?
Because I feel that enlightenment means that you realize that maybe I say in another way. When you are not enlightened, there will always
Now you are being clever. You said enlightenment means you know.
Huh? No, I don't know, Swami.
Then how you were claiming what it means?
I wanted to know, that's why I'm asking Swami. If I know, I wouldn't ask already.
Yeah, but you said enlightenment means this.
That's why I don't know that. That's why I turn to ask in another way. What I mean is like, when you're not enlightened, that means there is always this I am. That's why, because of this, the presence of this I am, we will identify ourselves with many different things, with other people's opinion, with what other people say. We will identify because of the presence of this I am. And then enlightenment, perhaps, I would use the word perhaps because I don't know. Enlightenment perhaps is the realization that this I am is the ignorant that caused us to be reborn.
First thing is that you have misunderstood it completely. It is because of the presence of the consciousness. This declaration happens. I am. If consciousness is not there, you cannot declare I am. There is nothing wrong in I am. I am means that you exist. Existence is there. If you don't exist, then who will search? It is this realization that you exist is enlightenment. You have wrongly identified yourself in your ignorance with things which you are not. You are not this body, you are not this mind. Because these things on their own cannot declare I am. They need the support of this consciousness. Without consciousness being present, they are just like a dead log. Consciousness is the electricity in your body. In its presence, you have this sense of being. Because of his presence, you know that you exist. It is like this inner sun. When the sun arises, everything becomes alive. Otherwise, everything is in sleep. So, When you are ignorant, then you are stuck to this I. I means, when you say I, it is like, it means that you are identified with this body and the mind. Mind and all its acts, all its achievements, whatever the body has done, whatever the mind has done, you are carrying all this load on your head. Otherwise, consciousness is weightless. When it is not identified with anything, then it is eternally young. Because it is never born, so it will never die. When the emphasis is on I, then it is wrong, then it is ignorance. When you are a sadhak, then your emphasis is on am. I am. Am means you are declaring that you exist. And when you go more deeper into it, then it becomes isness. In the middle it is amness, then it becomes isness. When you say I am, that is also very subtle ego, in a way. That's why Buddha finally even never didn't use the word even Atma. His word was Anatta. That means you have disappeared so completely that you cannot even claim that you are. Because your separate existence is lost. The drop has disappeared into the ocean. Only the ocean is there. Consciousness is not something personal. It is not your possession. It is not a thing which you can bring in front of your eyes. It is always the knower. You can never reduce it into known. You have a body, you have a mind. You can have a television set, you can have a good house, you can have a car. These are the things. But who has all those things? It is you. And what is you? What you means? You means consciousness. Otherwise, once the consciousness disappears, your body is no longer in a state for the consciousness to function in it. It is like the fuse of the bulb is broken, so the electricity cannot come out of it. In the same way, when your body has is no longer capable to hold consciousness into it, then you are declared as dead. You are dead. So it is when the consciousness is present in the body, your brain is functioning properly, you can breathe properly, you have the prana energy inside. When everything is in the right state, then the consciousness is present there. Otherwise it becomes unmanifest. It is not that it dies. When the fuse of the bulb is broken, that doesn't mean the electricity is dead. It cannot function through that apparatus, that bulb. But if you replace the bulb, then again if you switch on the light, then again the light will be there. So first thing is that you experience amness when you are settled, and when it becomes more deep, then it is called isness. In Hindi, the first thing is called Hu. I am. Emphasis is on amness. Emphasis is on am, not on I. Then when you go even more deeper, then you realize that you don't exist separately. It is because of the body-mind you think you have a separate existence. Otherwise, all the waves in the ocean is part of the ocean. It has no separate existence. All the leaves in the tree is joined to the tree. They cannot exist without the tree and its roots. And when the consciousness becomes unmanifest, then that state is called shunyata, or you can say nirvana, or you can say now everything has disappeared. Unmanifest. You can call it is not. Before it was is, now is not. So this Nirvan Shatakam, it is a declaration of an enlightened mystique. He is declaring what he is not. First you have to declare what you are not. So he has said many things. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not this ego, I am not this 5 kind of breath, I am not these 5 koshas and so many other things. I am neither the master nor the disciple, and so many other things. But after every 5 line, perhaps he says Shivoham, Shivoham. He declares also what he is. I am the Shiva. Shiva is that which is nowhere, That's why he is everywhere. If you have an existence that is at a particular place, you cannot be everywhere. Or Shiva represent your consciousness. So he declares what he is. First he declares what he is not. When you reject all those things which you are not, when this understanding has happened, then this realization will also happen what you are not, what you are. So, and this is also for sadhaks also. They have to first understand intellectually what they are not, and then go deeper into meditation and realize that anything that can be experienced, that can be known, that can be thought, that can be felt, that can be seen, that can be realized, you are not that. That can be tasted, that can be touched, that can be imagined, that can be assumed, you are not that. You are the one who is behind all those things. This is the way, this is in India called neti neti. That means not this, not this. So when you go on rejecting everything, then finally you will arrive at that which you are. Because when everything is rejected, you cannot reject the one who is rejecting everything. You are that. That is one of the declaration of the Upanishad. You are that Shwet Ketu. Tat Tvamasi Shwet Ketu. We have 4 Mahavakyas, that means 4 great statements. They all take you to this consciousness. First is Aham Brahmasmi. That means I am that Brahman. Brahman represents the ultimate reality. Second is Pragyanam Brahm. That means that this very consciousness is Brahm. There is no separation between consciousness and Brahm. They are the same thing. Third is I am Atma Brahm. This very Atma is Brahm. My individual soul and the cosmic soul or cosmic consciousness are not different. There is no separation. And the fourth is Tat Tvamasi Shwet Ketu. That means thou art that Shwet Ketu. You are that. So these things have to be contemplated upon and meditated upon. These are like seeds. If you listen every day, if you meditate on every day, they will take roots within you. And one day that can become a big banyan tree. In India, we have word like Atma Samman, which can be translated in English as self-respect. And people say a lot about self-respect and Atma Samman. And if someone insults you, then people will say, yes, insulted my self-respect. But whenever they talk about these big, great things, they're, they're, what they what is their inner state is very, very narrow and very low. What they say is Atma Samman, is Ahankar Samman, or what they say is self-respect, is ego respect. Everyone wants his ego to be praised, his ego to be respected, his ego to be garlanded, rewarded, awarded. And that is your disease, that is the sickness. It is because of the ego you are not able to know yourself. Because ego means you have made yourself very small, very limited. So how you will know the infinite? You have become identified with something which is just a drop. So this journey is from being an ego to being a non-ego, or being a body-mind mechanism to being a consciousness. But this body-mind, being a body-mind, is just your identification. You cannot become that. You are just imagining it. Whether you know it or not, you are the consciousness. There is a great talk everywhere. Everyone say, survival of the fittest. You know what it means?
Survival of the fittest means the strongest and the fittest will be able to survive, and those that are not fit, they are not strong, they will not be able to survive.
What do you mean by fit? Those who don't fart.
Strong, and you
Huh?
you able to, you are strong, you are strong, Swami.
Strong means what? You are Wesley Alexiev. You are Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You are able to
Fart more.
like whatever is thrown to you, you can handle it, Swami.
So every day you need more bricks to be thrown at you so that you can handle it. Huh?
Something like that, Swami.
But you think this is the right thing, right statement?
I don't know, Swami.
Who has said it first?
I don't know who said it, Swami.
It is Darwin who said it. But he was studying animal kingdom, and he came to the conclusion that in the animal world, those who have the greatest ability to adjust, to change, to adapt to situation, whatever the external condition is, even if it is very adverse, if they can adjust, only those survive in this jungle, in this animal kingdom. So those who are able to adapt according to changing situations, they are fittest, and only that's why those survive. Those who cannot adapt, to the changing situation, they die. So they are the fittest. But this survival of the fittest, he means also the strongest here, is applicable in the animal kingdom. Because if you want to survive, then you have to kill others, you have to destroy others, you have to crush others. So this is applicable in the animal world, in the world of unconsciousness. If you just want to survive anyhow, if you just want not to die, and just for your own survival, for your lust to survive, for your greed to survive, for this will to survive, if you go on destroying other creatures, other living beings, or other human beings, then you cannot evolve in consciousness. You may survive, but you will survive as a body-mind. In the animal kingdom, it is not much mind, it is all more body. So if you apply this to in human life, you cannot evolve anymore. You will remain an animal. So if you want to be more conscious, then those who are more compassionate, those who are more loving, those who are sensitive, only they can become more conscious. Only they can become more refined. But the whole Western world and all those who are very gross in consciousness, they just want to survive anyhow. That's why the world they have made this world into a hell. You want to show your power to those who are weaker than you. And then we have another statement: power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. But power cannot corrupt if you are conscious. Because you are unconscious. Because the corruption is already inside you, in the seed form. When you have power, then you have the opportunity for that corruption to sprout, to manifest, to have its own life. Okay?
Okay, Swami.
If you like our videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.